Just remember this, my gorgeous Cancer. Just remember this, what I'm about to tell you. In silence, peace prevails. Now it's your time to expand your horizons. This is the actual reading for the week in between the 13th and the 19th of March 2023. At the beginning of this week, you are going to really find yourself working on something really, really important to you, like ridiculously important to you. And this is going to happen right at the beginning of this week. So what you're going to be working on, what you're going to be thinking about, what you're going to be focusing on, it's also something that you really should 1,000,000% commit to. And at the same time, when you find yourself working on something so important to you, you will see exactly what am I talking about. When you find yourself working on something so important to you, you are also going to be at the same time reminded of something in your past that you are not going to be able to stop thinking about. That in itself is going to give you a clear indication and a clear idea that now it's time for you to move on from something, okay? Something has come to an end slowly but surely, and this in itself is going to really provide you with an absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful direction. So this in itself is gonna require from you to walk away from something because it literally came to an end. And this is actually a really good sign because it means that a negative stage of your life, something very, very dark and negative, it's slowly coming to an end. Your intuition is going to be guiding you, my gorgeous Cancerini. Your intuition is going to be guiding you like there is no tomorrow. So you will know, trust me, you have to follow your intuition. You have to follow your intuition here, no matter what, trust me. And you're also at the same time going to have a bit of a hermit moment, a bit of a hermit mode, where you are really literally going to go in this mode where you will feel like you want to be by yourself, not in a bad way, not in a horrible way, but you're going to go into this like a deep thinking mode. And this is going to help you to reflect in a completely different way. And so this is going to help you to bring balance into your into your life, to bring balance in order to understand what you wouldn't normally understand. Not that it's more shedding a light on the specific parts of your life where you are going to realize and you are going to understand that now it's all about you finding yourself really on such a specific path here where you will know that now it's time for some kind of a new project. This new project that you are going to find yourself facing literally is to do with your emotions, it's to do with your life, it's to do with your feelings. You just need to really think about yourself, think about your life, think about your quality of life, think about what what you would know, what you would want to do, and things like that. This is important indeed, and especially when it comes to the mid part of this week. It's all about you choosing your path. You need to understand that all is possible. You're about to discover an important truth, and that particular truth that you are going to discover at around the midweek, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's really going to help you to stand in the light of truth. And that in itself is going to be very important because you need to understand this is like a blessing coming to you, and that in itself it's really also going to a lot reflect on your financial situation, on your finances, and there is going to be very interesting idea that you're actually going to have. And this interesting idea that you're going to have, it's all going to be about how to, like, like deal with the finances and how to deal with the financial situation, and and also how to protect what's yours. At the same time, when it comes to the midweek, you are going to become aware of this like group of people, whether you're going to be watching this group of people on an internet, whether you're going to be watching a group of people out on the outside, whether you're going to be like like maybe paying attention to the group of people, like for example at your work, or maybe you're just gonna be shopping and you're gonna like see a group of people are talking about something, and something is going to get your attention, something that they're gonna be talking about, something what's gonna be like kind of unfolding with this group of people is going to get your attention, because what you're gonna hear, it's actually going to give you a very important idea. And this important idea that you're going to have, it's kind of like a festival. It's going to be like a really pretty much so like the moment of enlightenment that you're almost going to have, which is going to lead towards you having this important idea, an important realization. And this in itself, it's going to reflect on you and the people in your life. For some reason, this is going to give you an idea how to kind of like reconnect with the specific people in your life, but also it's going to give you an idea to not to worry about something that you've been worrying about for way too long, okay? So it's going to help you to release like a huge amount of negative energy, because what you're going to hear, it's not only going to give you an idea, as I said, but also it's going to be like a really big realization that you shouldn't be worrying about something very specific in your life that you've been worrying about for so long. Because the more you worry about it, the darker it's going to become. The more you worry about, the more negative energy you are going to put in between you and the path ahead. So it is going to help you to kind of like maybe to think about something in a completely different light, which is going to be such a game changer when it comes to you, my gorgeous Cancerini, because this in itself is going to basically create such a powerful starting point, turning point in your life. And by the time you get to the last part of this week, my God, you really can, honestly, you can expect some kind of a miracle here, okay? What you're gonna hear, it's gonna blow you away, but it's gonna be really, really good. And this is like pretty much so, you can literally expect something wondrous, to emerge at around the end of the week, which is going to help you so much to stay focused with those things that you should be focusing on at this stage of your life. It's going to help you to hold the course, my gorgeous Cancerini, if you know what I mean. And also at around the end of the week, there is this very interesting dream that you are going to have. But you know what? You're not going to remember that dream. But what you're going to remember, what you're gonna remember are only going to be like a small elements of that dream. So you're not going to be able to remember this vividly, but you will know at around the end of the week, and especially when it comes to the 18th and the 19th of March, this is when you can expect this. So what am I talking about here? You're not going to be able to remember your dream, but what you're going to be able to remember, it's like basically something very specific. It's going to be on your mind as soon as you wake up in the morning. Let me show you what is going to be on your mind, my gorgeous Cancerini. Look, what is going to be on your mind as soon as you wake up in the morning. Look at this. Okay, what is going to be on your mind as soon as you wake up in the morning? Look at this. The Emperor just came out. And what is going to be on your mind as soon as you wake up in the morning, it's like some kind of realization, something, this is going to point you towards the right direction. And it's going to surprise you like where this is coming from. But it's needed for you to kind of dive into it almost immediately. But beforehand, you're going to need to explore. You're going to need to find out a bit further. There is something that you're going to need to learn before you completely dive into this, okay? So this in itself, it's going to be a very strong sign an indication that this is something that you really need to put as a priority number one, because that's the way you remember this particular dream, by just something very specific about that you feel such a strong connection to. You're going to start feeling very passionate towards doing just that, and you're not going to be able to understand and explain where exactly this is coming from. And this also is going to like kind of be connected to an element of your life where you are going to kind of, you wouldn't be able to do this if you don't have enough courage. And now this is going to not only bring you courage, but it's also going to bring an important success into your life, because few weeks down on the line you're already going to be able to do something for yourself, to get something for yourself, to buy something for yourself that you could have only dreamed of. For example, I'm not saying that you don't have money or anything like that. No, baby, no, I'm not talking about that whatsoever, but you will see, because this is going to be something that is going to make you so much better off in so many different ways. And also, when it comes to that like realization that you're going to have in the morning, you know, this is so important. And I keep on saying to people, you know, that, you know, this the first things that are on our mind normally, like as soon as we wake up in the morning, when we feel so adamant about these things that are on our mind, and they come to us completely out of the blue. This is a very sacred indication for us that this is something that we really need to kind of like pay attention to almost immediately. It provides us with a spiritual shortcut towards the part of the life that means to us so much, but it's a lot to do with our karma, with our energy, with our spiritual journey. We're all so like almost identical as spirits, but we are also on another hand so very much so different. You know, we are complex in so many different ways, and this is what I'm trying to explain. And also at the same time, when it comes to that realization that you are going to have, look, this in itself is going to like kind of provide you with like variety of options that you didn't even think that you had. And this variety of options that you are going to become aware of within the next 7 weeks are gonna be completely out of this world. This is gonna be amazing, because it is just going to really reflect on your own natural development in life, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whatever you're focusing on, my gorgeous Cancerini, indeed. And don't be surprised, you know, don't be surprised when at around the same time, I know that you're gonna tell me I'm crazy now, but don't be surprised, because it always happens like this. When we are reaching such an important part of our spiritual journey, and when we are, you know, transcending and ascending, you know, then, you know, that in itself, it's always like kind of like makes us to face something from our past that was left unresolved. And this is normally comes as a karma with something. Karma with something or someone, but this is to do with someone. So don't be surprised when at around the end of the week, suddenly someone from your past is gonna pop back into your mind, and you are gonna feel like such a, not hate towards that person. Hate. You know, you're gonna feel such a negativity towards that person, because it's to do with someone in your past, something happening between you two. Maybe you even forgot about it, you know what I mean? Maybe you even forgot about that person, and now suddenly you're going to be reminded of that, and suddenly just out of the blue you're going to start thinking about this person in your past from such a long time who's done something to you, something like that made you feel negative and really kind of dark. And then at the same time, you know, it's easy for me to say to forgive and forget, but that's exactly what you need to do. And this is going to be very strong sign and indication that you have to forgive and forget to that person. It's not about that person. It's not about who they are. It's not about what they have done, but it's more about your own understanding on your own spiritual journey. This can only come from you. You will release yourself, and you will release this huge amount of negative energy, but at the same time, you know, there are so many things that are going to happen to you so much quicker if you do this. So this is going to be very, very important, that as soon as you're reminded of someone who's going to come to your mind that has done something negative to you, this is going to surprise you, like, where on earth this is coming from? But this is a golden sign and a golden opportunity for you to respond to that situation in the best way, in a positive way, and try to forgive and forget. Try to release this huge amount of negative energy, and you will see where this is going to take you. This is so, so, so important, and I'm afraid this is a part of the challenge. And also, when it comes to the end of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, listen to me very carefully. Oh my God, someone is going to try to wind you up. Someone is going to try to have some kind of argument with you, completely stupid and completely unnecessary and completely silly. Listen to me very carefully. You must not have an argument with this person whatsoever. You must raise your vibration and energy. You must rise above this negativity. So if somebody is trying to wind you up, if somebody is trying to have an argument with you, my gorgeous Cancerini, at the end of the week, the wise choice will be, super wise choice will be, to actually step away from it. Have a smile on your face and move on. Okay, whatever you do, do not allow this person to think that you are negative or you are angry or you are sad or whatever. Just a smile on your face and try to avoid this. You know why is this so important, and you know why this to avoid this argument is going to be so significant when it comes to your life, because it's going to prevent you unnecessary tower, which would be the situation, which would be like so bad and so negative and so like such a weird experience, you know, in so many different ways. But something would happen and this would kind of throw you out of balance down on the line. Okay, so this is like something that I need you to understand and remember. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, at around the end of the week, you know, you are going to have you're going to have some kind of news and some kind of message. You're going to have some kind of message, and that message that you are going to have, it's going to be about somebody in your life, something that they have done or something that they are doing or something that they are working on. And this is really going to inspire you so much, because when you hear what that person is doing, this is really going to make you feel like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this so much. But it's more about learning. It's more about you exploring beforehand. This is something that you must not rush into it. You have to do one step at a time. Something like very delicious that you will feel like, oh my God, pretty much so temptation. Not a bad temptation. It's only a temptation at the moment, because you will feel like you want to do this like immediately, but you can't. You have to do it one step at a time. This is very, very, very important. This is ever so important. This is going to be so smart. It's such a smart thing to do, because at the same time, by doing things slowly, this is going to bring such a great optimism and satisfaction into your life. You're going to realize something about yourself that you never knew before. You're going to find out something about yourself that you thought like, oh my God, you know, something so sacred. And no matter like how old you are, it doesn't matter at all. You could be 99, you could be 100 years old, you could be 110 years old. You know, it's never too late to do things. We are constantly changing, and whatever comes to us in such a way, when we feel so passionate and adamant to do, this is our soul speaking, this is our spirit speaking. If we live up to 120 years, you know, even if you're 120 and this comes to you and you are able to do it, absolutely go for it, okay? Because this spiritual journey literally never stops in so many different ways, you know. So this is what I need you to remember, because this is actually going to bring in new possibilities, new relationships, new approaches to old problems as well, and new acquaintances and new knowledge as well. And that in itself is going to accept you. Something not happening, something that you have been struggling over the last about 5 months with, something not happening, you know. This in itself on one hand is going to be able to it's going to help you to accept something not happening, okay? And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you're going to be able to move on. But also at the same time, it's going to open your eyes towards an importance of being patient, you know. And what is going to be keeping you going is that you're going to realize that a very dark dark and negative stage of your life, it's coming to an end, okay? My gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.